gives us life and the blessed life giver. We give thanks to all good things sent from Zion above. We thank Rastafari for all his love, his power and his glory, and his majesty and his might. 77 Redeem 77 is taking you on a journey right here in Ghana. We'll be visiting Cape Coast. We'll be visiting the St. Elmina Castle. That's where they took our foreparents from, our ancestors from, and brought down into the captivity in the Western world. It was an experience. It was really an experience. You know, a woman cried also when them look and see the hole in the dungeons that our foreparents were held in before pushed through that small hole to go onto the ships and never to return. It was a journey, a real journey, and it's an experience. And as our Divine Majesty teaches us that history never forgets, but man can. He can also forgive if he's kind-hearted, and we try to be kind. Yes, we are forgiven, but forgotten? No, not forgotten. We remember everything, everything. And this is a lesson to be taught to the generation to come and those following, that it may never happen again in our lifetime. See, we know it is a mind slavery in this time. However, we have to free ourselves from mental slavery, colonialism and imperialism. So this is a journey that 77 Redeem 77 is taking you on at this time. Give thanks to the experience, give thanks to the enlightenment, and give thanks for he who comes to set the captives free. Jah Rastafari. Yes, at the present moment, the mission is that we're going to Elmina's Castle today, where they took our ancestors from. One of the safe castles actually that they took our ancestors from. So that's the mission today that we're on. It's like a 4 to 5 hours drive. So between 4 and 5 hours drive. So we're on board right now with everyone. So we'll keep you focused. Give thanks to life. You know, Ghana is building, always building. All kind of music and play over here. You don't know. Give thanks to life above all things. We tune in again. We link in again. With the funny highway. I pass on the highway. That's the fire I love. All guidance and all protection for the day. 77 Redeem 77 will keep you in tune on the mission. That's the one. Yeah. So we're moving through. The area on the top there, that's MacArthur Hill.
What is that?
Moving through. Yeah, MacArthur Hill. MacArthur Hill. So the journey might feel a little bumpy right now, or the camera moving bumpy. We're on a journey now where it's road development. Still on the way to St. Elmina's Castle. So that's the journey we're on right now. The highway building under construction. So we're still on the journey, still moving through. Yeah, the driver moving like he's in jam down, you know. So they're listening to the music as them going on. We're paying attention to our mission. You know, so it's the mission of the King. 77 Redeem, 77 Production. You know. They come out as buy being girl that take over the whole country. Yeah, so we're on a journey. Road construction. Yeah, the road is still under construction as the chief speaks. Yeah.
So they're building another road.
So that's a new road down there that's been built. Yeah. So it's deep, eh? Alright, so more life, more strength. You're on the journey. Get a better view. What's going on there? Haile. Yeah, the road might be dusty. You know, it's under construction. So we have security, Benjamin, and the driver, John. Right, John the Baptist, and Benjamin the tribe. Yes, give thanks. Yes, on the journey, on the journey again. Yeah, this is Domnasi Market.
All I see is onions.
You have to go inside to see more things. Domnasi Market. The chief in him formal dressing today, along with the security. Benjamin accompanying us on the journey. Become the tour guide. Transportation. Yeah, so we're going to head into Cape Coast now. It's the roundabout.
Oh, you miss. That is mine. That is
His great father.
It's not
Yes, the tribe that he's from.
It's not now we are going to change. So we can't throw that away. Sometimes we can't control hunger. There are times we can't control hunger.
Sometimes I can't control.
What's this area called, Ben? Mankesim. Alright, so we're in the Mankesim area.
I know her only in Ghana. Her life over there.
Mankesim.
If somebody when you're there, he will
Welcome.
tell you her mind and that is all.
Melcom, the supermarket I was saying.
Oh, he's okay. But he has sympathy.
I have seen what?
Sympathy. A lot of sympathy.
I have seen. Yeah, that's
Wonder is okay. He's uncontrollable.
Gallon a liter.
Nobody can stop him.
So we have entered into Cape Coast. We're on the road heading to Elmina's Castle. So within a moment of time, we'll reach our destination. Just sit back and enjoy the landscape or the vegetation, the greenery. 77 Redeemed 77 bringing you on the mission. Blessed love. right now. Ocean view. On the Cape Coast.
Looks like Fort Myers Beach. Or Miami Beach, better.
Yeah, give thanks to the land, you know? Yeah. Come Ethiopians, come. I have a message for you. As the songwriter said, a piece of Mount Zion is for you and I, you know? This is just Ghana. We don't even touch Sierra Leone, nor Senegal, nor Zimbabwe, nor Ethiopia, nor Kenya. It's just the Gold Coast, Ghana. Give thanks to life above all things. Give thanks to the mighty life giver in flesh. Come Ethiopians, come. We have a message for you, man. Zion Gates is open wide. Come Ethiopians, come. Why delay? When the voice of Rastafari is calling. And why will he die? Re-echoing H.I.M, chairman of the OAU, president of Africa Marcus Mosiah Garvey, king of repatriation, the most right honorable King Emmanuel, Charles Edwards, the Emperor Haile Selassie I, chairman, said let us unite Africa as one. Flight Lieutenant John Rollins said, must find a way to include those in the diaspora who wants to come home towards the development of Africa. The most right honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edward says in his constitution to repatriate, bring home all those who want to go home and work for the development of Africa. Marcus Mosiah Garvey desired the kind of leadership that can give us Africa as quickly as possible. Why delay? Why delay? When the voice of Jah is calling, give thanks to life, health and strength. Give thanks to life, health and strength. Blessed love. So we just come off the highway. We have entered into the Elmina area. So we are not far from our destination. We're not far from our destination where we are going at this present moment of time. Black people, it's your time now. Own your place. So many things have happened to us over the years. Our forefathers were brought here, and our mothers still have a kind of energy. We give thanks to life. Great God of Zion. Yeah, Bobo Shanty. You need a naya bingi other man. Rise up. Asian spirits, man. Rise up. Millions who have died in America, in the Caribbean, in Africa. And yet in the fight for freedom, life, liberty, which is fundamental, freedom, redemption, and international repatriation. And you're being geared. Can these dry bones live? Of course they shall live. Bring up the ancestral bones. Bring up the ancestral spirits. You are the bones. Take on the ancestral spirits and rise up. Yeah, we need to get out those domestic here and falls here thing out of Africa. Show them out. Rise up, Ethiopians. Rise up, sons and daughters. Your time now. Your time. Your time now. Fundamental freedom, redemption, international repatriation. Come out of her, my people, and be in a party because of her filthy days. The kind of leadership that will give us Africa as quickly as possible. The people that want to come home for the development of Africa, who is tired of the West, tired of the brutality. It's your time now. Africa call. It's children home. Give thanks to life. Give thanks to health. Give thanks to strength. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. No more folding of the hands. No more slumbering. Black people, our people, my people, give thanks to life, health and strength. You need it now. You need it now. You are now welcome. Akwaba. Akwaba. Braha. Braha. Come. Yes. The slave castle. Yes. It's a serious, it's more than a tourist attraction that people might want to make it into. It's not a tourist attraction. Serious business. Until they take it to consideration. Well, the road is rough if you see the camera bouncing because it's, you know, stone wall. Give thanks alive. Haile Selassie. Yeah.
There's something the color of the environment. So if it's a green color, you see green. Far away from the land, you see the color of the skies.
In order to find the African love, what we gonna do with it? Huh? What we gonna do with the African love? Now that we find it. Well, this plane said now that we found love, what we gonna do with it? I don't know if it's on a romance vibe, but it's the African vibes and African intimacy. What are we gonna do with this love? Black people in the West, wake up, rise. So it's the entrance going in.
So this is the castle and this is the route where they were pushing the slaves.
Yes.
During the slave trade, this is where they were pushing them through. You arrive here, they push you there, you go through the process.
Yes.
Before you are taken to the steam engine, the vessel.
We have just entered the reception area and we will now meet our tour guide, Kwame, as he was born on a Saturday. Kwame Gideon Amisa will guide us through today's visit. Give thanks alive. Blessed Allah, blessed Allah. What do you have to say?
Oh, me and my mother.
And by the way, my name is Kwamina Elisa. Oh. Kwamina Elisa. Yeah, so I will take you around. Saturday. Which day of the week were you born?
Friday.
So you are Efia or Ifua. It's two. I will explain that. Efia or Ifua. One's a fancy, one's an Ashanti. Yeah. You know, in Ghana, they name a person after a day he or she is born. And we have different ethnic groups. The biggest ethnic group is the Akan, that is umbrella. And the Akan, we have the South side. Yeah. We have the Fantis, the Akans, the Ashantis, and so on. They all fall under Akan. The Ashanti dominate a lot. The Ashanti speak Chi. The Fantis we speak Fanti. It's easier for the Fantis to understand someone speaking the three languages like Dutch and Dutch. It's similar. So for instance, my name is Kwame now, it's a Fanti. The Ashanti Kwame, the same day. Say you are Ifia or Ifua. Ifua is a Fanti, and Ifia is Chi and Ashanti. Okay. Yes. Yeah. And you are?
Wednesday, okay.
Equia or Ikua.
Ekua.
Yeah, the first letter changes. One is E, and other one is A. It changes Equia or Ikua, the same day. And you are Abina, the same day. Born on Tuesday, Abina, and you are? Ama.
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Monday.
Monday is Koju.
Kojo.
Yeah, you see. Nice. Okay, so please, let's move to it.
Let's go.
Okay, let's move.
Look, this is Dutch, and it's more of Dutch. When Dutch were here,
start over here. So please take a seat.
Take a seat.
I hope this is your first time over here.
Very first time.
I like the outfit of the more they're coming here.
Thank you.
One is missing.
Oh, really?
We were 6.
Maybe the person that close the washroom.
We are the engineer. Who is left out?
No one.
We are all set.
Okay. One peculiar thing about the Africans that make us unique is our proverbs. Our proverbs. So please let me quiz you a bit. Until the lion has his historian, the hunter will always be a hero. Please, what does it mean?
It means
Until the lion
Has his historian.
historian.
Yeah. The hunter will always be a hero.
So he's always a hero until the lion tells his story of what really
Know
happened.
what the lion can do. The hunter is always with the gun to be firing.
So why isn't the hunter
The hunter is a hero because he doesn't
Yeah,
know
because-
the lion can catch it. Can catch him.
Yeah, but then y'all give us
So if we
the
as a
God gives
historian to
dominion
tell-
over the lion?
Yeah,
If
but
he
why?
has a historian to tell what the lion can do.
Oh,
Go, yes,
but I think the hunter knows.
Remember,
Tell us.
the hunter will always tell you how he's victorious, but he's not telling you the truth until the lion tells what really took
Oh,
place.
so what happened?
Nice, you're all right. It also implies that history needs to be told from the victim side. Most of the books that you read is a version of the Europeans. We need to write and tell our own story. And history defines who you are. It really tells your identity. It's not a history, then you yourself. Until the lion has his story, the hunter will always be hero. Yeah, the Europeans are rather writing, tell our story. We need to write and tell our own story. Yeah. In order to keep the history book for our younger generation, we've been able to compile all the information in a book from which I'll show to you. Also be an ambassador to spread the history over here, which are part of the writers in the book. Yeah. As we are moving, if you have any question, draw my attention.
What does that mean when it says soldier's mess?
Yes, so just miss. He said you are from Jamaica.
Yes.
Okay. Jamaica, we believe, is an account way. Either Ashanti or Fancy. An account way. It's like you've been to a place, they've left you. You are in a doubtful manner, asking yourself whether they've left you or not. You are asking yourself. So now, literal meaning or local language, say Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica.
Jamaica is it a fancy?
It can be a fancy or an Ashanti, or it's a can't wait. Jamaica. So you are just asking yourself, because you are not seeing anybody, you are alone. Yeah, so you are lost. So you are asking yourself whether you left or not. Jamaica. I remember the Maroons, you know the Maroons?
Yes.
Those who ran to the mountainous schools, they were the hardened captives, the hardened ones. Yeah, because they were Comantan slaves. The captives from the coastal belts, they were the hardened ones. Most of our culture Valuva is similar to your culture. I was watching in the
Gentlemen, how old is this castle?
543 years.
543
Yeah,
years.
we come to it, yeah.
And who were the builders?
Initially, the Portuguese came with 600 workers from Portugal.
To construct this?
Yeah, they employed some of the locals over here. It took them 2 years for them to raise the face of the castle. The castle was built in stages. Later, when they got the captives, that was the time they did so much expansion. Most of the works were done by the own people. For the building materials, the Europeans actually used bent bricks,
What
seashells,
bricks?
bent bricks, seashells, limestones, and local palm oil. No iron rods in the building because the sea.
So where we are, no iron rods.
No iron rods in the building.
And it's still strong like
Yeah.
that.
In 1471, that was the first time the Portuguese arrived over here. When they came, they met the then king called Nana Pamina and Sam. Based upon agreement, he released this portion of land. The castle was built in 1482. The main concept over here wasn't meant for slavery, no, into goods. All the rooms on the ground floor, which are storerooms for the warehouse for their gold, ivory, spices, and so on. In 1500, the Portuguese changed the idea from goods to human trade. The warehouses were being converted to dungeons, where captives or enslaved Africans were kept. This castle is talking about 1,000 captives at a time, about 600 men.
1,000 captives at a time,
Yes.
within a week or a day.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
It takes how many days or a week to get that number?
Yeah.
If you have the limit.
We were having different slave markets at different centers. So there were slave agents, radius agents. So how to get people, the Europeans were like, never mind. It was business. Yeah. So at a time, the castle had was at least 1,000. But Cape Coast Castle was purposely rebuilt for slave trade. So their number is quite higher than over here. And this castle was used for slavery for 100 years before that castle was purposely rebuilt for slavery. And when we are talking about trans-Atlantic slave trade, we are making reference to Elmina Castle. This is the main transit point of West Africa, Elmina Castle. Out of that number, 3 out of 10.
Excuse me, so they bring some from outside other countries
Some
to
came from
join-
Nigeria, Togo, Benin, different African countries.
to join the vessel here.
Yes, some from here, from northern part of Ghana, Salaga slave camp, Bikuru slave camp, Dagoya, Intambo, Asimansu slave
Sierra
market.
Leone.
Yeah, Sierra Leone. Yeah, Sierra Leone was a free town. When slavery was abolished, some Africans revolted. So many of the captives were sent to Sierra Leone.
They were left there.
They were left
Abandoned.
Wow.
So some people were kidnapped from Nigeria, Benin, Togo, because in Ghana alone, about 40 to 50 Fort Elecas were built along the coastal zone from Kike to Azin. 17 of them are still existing. 3 of them are just World Heritage Site. This castle, Cape Coast Castle, and the fort up there. Fort in Ghana.
So,
There is a similar place in Senegal, the Gorée Island. Zanzibar.
I've
in
been there.
Tanzania, you meet Gorée Island.
Yes.
so it is.
Gorée around is
Senegal.
Senegal, Zanzibar in Tanzania, Fort Jesus in Kenya, Mombasa, Bidal Fort in Benin, 2 in Nigeria, Badado and Calabasi.
So it is said that my mother's people, the woman that was taken, she was taken from Sierra Leone. So you're saying she could have been brought from here and left in Sierra Leone?
Many of the captives came from different African countries. Not they say one specific country, they say Ghana, from different countries. But here was the main transit point. And when the slave was abolished, some people were freed and sent to Sierra Leone. Yeah, irrespective of where they were coming from, they were all free to Sierra Leone. So some people do DNA test. Yeah, they prove that they are from Sierra Leone, Benin, Ghana, Shanty, and so on, different parts of African countries. Yeah. And it's difficult for someone to accurately trace this or route to this place because they were coming from different countries to this place. Yeah. So the main concept over here wasn't meant for slavery, into goods. Then later in 1500, the Portuguese changed the idea to human trade. All the warehouses were being converted to dungeons where enslaved Africans were kept. 1637, the Dutch took over the castle with the support of the locals. Later, the English came, they swapped their possessions with the English for land in Sumatra, Indonesia. So the Dutch went for land in Sumatra and the English occupied this place. In 1872, when the English occupied the castle, the place was used as a sub-administrative center. During the Second World War, 1939 to 45, the English brought people from all English-speaking West African countries to be trained here. They were taken to Burma and India as a Royal West African Frontier Force. 3 years later, the place was used as a police training school. So when Ghana had their independence, since March 1957, they left peacefully. As of now, the castle is 543 years. This is the biggest and the oldest castle in the whole of West Africa. Yeah, because of transatlantic slave trade. Yeah. Among the Europeans, the Dutch spent 235 years in Elmina. They chose this place as their eternal home. Okay, please, how were the Europeans acquiring the captives? How did they get to the captives?
How were they acquiring captives?
Yes.
Stealing them.
Okay, one
Raiding villages.
raiding villages.
And some of the people they were sold by their own people.
They were sold.
So, but
Yeah, and there's a movie called The Book of the Negroes.
yes.
And this woman, she was captured from her village. She came through this very place here, and she was sold into slavery, ended up in the Americas. But for her struggle and through her triumph, she came back to where she was from. She was from Cape Coast. But she was from a village inside in the inland. But when she came back to Cape Coast, the Dutch, I think maybe it was the Dutch, or maybe it was the Swedes. But she ended up someplace, and they sent her. She ended up at this colony in I think it's Sweden. But she found her. She made her way back to Africa, and when she came back, her village was totally gone. There's nobody in her village. And she was a slave for maybe 10, 15, 20 years. She left as a little girl, and she came back as an adult. And she was one of the people that helped to abolish slavery in England.
Yeah, we have many of such stories over here.
I forget his name was.
The Africans were having their own system of slavery before the Europeans came. That was domestic type of slavery, or common as indentured servants, like a free man. A person who has the opportunity to own property, marry and give birth. It will be difficult for someone to differentiate such a person, because such a person can marry, give birth, and so on. Yeah. Unlike the chattel slavery by the Europeans, were different aspects altogether. So captives of wars were given out as slaves. Criminals, thieves, debtors were sold out as slaves. Some towns and villages were raided by the Europeans. Some chiefs collaborated to exchange some of their servants for European goods, liquor, mirror, brass, etc., barter trade or selling trade. Yeah, but let's ask this question. Do you think the slavery has stopped as of now? Has it stopped?
No.
It's still going on in a different dimension, the modern form. So the Africans not necessarily sold themselves. The Europeans they enticed the African chiefs. Yeah, they influenced them. And at that time, most of the Africans was not united. So the Europeans actually adopted a system, divide, conquer, and rule. And it's still going on in a different dimension. Yeah, that's what changed. This is an overview of Elmina. This picture was taken 4 or 5 years ago. Right now, this is a castle that we are. Inside the castle, we are also here. Initially, this fort wasn't built. It wasn't there. That was where the Portuguese would have the Haile Church. In 1596, the Dutch attacked the Portuguese from this direction for the first time. The Haile Church was destroyed. Less than a year, the church was re-established in the castle, which has now become a museum. The first Catholic church in Ghana, or Gold Coast, is this one.
Where we are now.
Yes. When the Dutch came, they were not
Catholic.
Catholics. Yes. The Dutch were Protestants. So they removed the Catholic tower, and the building was divided into two. The upper floor was used as their junior soldiers' mess, as you can see over there. The junior soldiers were up, and down as a trade auction room. Buying and sale of captives took place here. The same place was used as a classroom, now a museum. From a church to trade auction to classroom museum, several changes. In 1625, the Dutch also made a second attack on the Portuguese, they couldn't succeed, from the same direction. Now, the Elminians were angry with the Portuguese behavior, with the slavery activities. On the 29th of August, 1637, the locals led the Dutch to divide themselves into two. The main attack came from inland, this side. Similar attack also came in the seaward direction. The Portuguese were now in the middle. They were shooting from both angles. It took them that 3 days. For them
What type of guns were they using?
cannons, the
Cannon.
ones at the top. Yeah. So it took them that 3 days for them to move the Portuguese out of this castle, with the intention that the Dutch will not also engage with the slave business. When the Dutch got over here, they realized that slavery was much profitable. They also engaged into it. They see the locals. Among the Europeans, the Dutch spent longer time over here, 235 years in Elmina. About 7 forts were built, 7 as networking. Let's look at some over here. On the way to Cape Coast direction, there's a fort called Fort Douglas. If there's attack from that side, Fort Douglas will see the attack first, communicate to the different forts. At one point, some Elminians were taken to Java. Java is a town in Indonesia to train our soldiers. When they came, they settled at this side. We call that the Java Hill. There was a fort called Fort Java. If there was any attack from this direction, Fort Douglas will see the attack first. Then communicate to Fort Java. Fort Java will also communicate to
What
Fort
was the communication at that time?
like
There were
flags
no
or
mobile
gunshots.
phones. No mobile phones.
No,
nothing.
gunshots or flags.
So when we were coming in, what is Fort Amsterdam?
No, on your way to Accra, to
Yeah, what's that?
Anmabu, different people were there.
Oh,
Yeah, I think they touch.
oh.
So for Java, we'll communicate for Scomiros here. This fort, Scomiros, will also communicate with Fort Brutus side on the hill. This one, back inside Divier, and lastly, Fort Santiago, the only fort on the hill, on the way to the castle. The white building over there. Then the fort to the castle, you see.
So, gentlemen, during those days, who were the inhabitants of this place? It looks as if the colonial masters have taken over all the land. And how were the indigenous pushed somewhere? So, showing us the castle here, the fort here, the this here, the that there, and where the people living.
Okay,
In the 1400s, population was very small, I believe.
this place used to be the old town of Elmina. The old town of Elmina. And the other side was a plantation. Even though there were some few houses over there.
What type of plantation?
Yeah, like cereals,
Okay.
yeah, tubers, and so on. There were some elephants over here. Very bushy area. Elephants over here.
So question, is the Homie territory anywhere near here?
Come again?
The Homies, is there anywhere near here?
You do hear that way.
No.
No.
The homies.
Another place.
The hobbies? No.
Yeah, the hobbies, yeah.
No, no,
No?
no.
So that's out there or another place?
Or the homie,
Yeah,
like
the
from
homies.
Benin.
Yeah, the Homies.
Ah,
No,
They were a type of people.
different
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
groups of people. They were not here.
different.
Okay, on a different coast, okay. Right, right.
So the ancient town of Elmina was bombarded in 1873 because the Elminians and the Ashantis became one. They were fighting with the British over here. Due to that, the town was destroyed. Those who survived spread themselves to that side. Yeah. So with intention, preserve the old town of Elmina for historical research. People do archaeological research, excavation, nothing. Yeah. Those are the old town of Elmina. The population was very small. Yeah. So at the back of the castle, these are the
Excuse me with your lectures. What made this area attractive for the build-up of these colonial masters' settlement here? What was that? What attracted them?
The Portuguese first arrived, I think, in Western region, H.I.M. But when they arrived over here in Elmina in 1471, because of the abundant supply of gold the Portuguese were getting from here, they called this place the gold mines. Elmina, Elmina. From 1487 to 1489, Elmina was supplying the whole world 1/10 of it gold. Only 2 years. That's how the name came up, the gold mines, Elmina. So the Portuguese needed a place.
The L is an English word.
Yeah.
Elmina, is it a group of people?
Portuguese, the miner. The miner, the Oro, Elmina. on the mine.
They're still digging for gold.
Oh, recently we discovered gold particles along the shore. Recently, about a few years ago, it was illegal mining, and they stopped them because they will destroy the landscape because affecting the castle. So they have to do some roads and see effects because most of the buildings along the coastal belt are being washed down by the sea waves. You have to protect the coastal belt. Yeah. And sometimes you also hear Edina, Edina. Edina is not the name of this town. It's Aldea. It's a Portuguese word which means village.
Oh.
In Arabic, it means harbor or port because the Arabs were also here before the French and the Portuguese had come over here. Yeah. So they were the Arabs were trading with the Elmina salt business. But don't forget, before the trans-African slave trade, there have been trans-Saharan slave trade.
Yeah.
Through the Caribbean routes. Yeah, the deserts. Yeah.
Did you know in American history?
Morocco, yeah, Tunisia, going Libya, that is Spain, Europe, and so on.
You know, in American history back in, they used to say in 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue. That's when they got into the slave trade. That's what he meant, because he said the trade in people was more valuable than trade of gold.
So the name of the founder of this town is Kwamangwa. He was the founder of this town, Kwamangwa. Kwamangwa. He was the founder of this town. The one who discovered the town of Elmina. The name came as a result of this lagoon. This is a Benya lagoon. So the person was a hunter. When he discovered the lagoon, he wanted to trace in the source of the lagoon. They took him to a very far place, Kakum National Forest, about 45-minute drive from here. So out of excitement, he gave the name of Inexhaustible Water. And no mansa, in short, Enma, Onsa, and no mansa. But now we are not hearing those names anymore. On the way to the castle, there's a restaurant named Anumasa Restaurant. We have Anumasa Palace, Anumasa Community. We are trying to revive the old names of Elmina. Anumasa Town. Yes. And he also asked a question, does what make the best attractive?
What attractive?
Elmina became the main administrative center. In Ghana, Elmina used to be the first administrative center for Ghana, then time Gold Coast. Before it moved to Cape Coast. Then in 1877, it moved to Accra.
So you mean this town has once been a capital
Town for Gold Coast before Cape Coast, then to Accra.
So it has changed thrice,
Yes.
from Elmina to Cape Coast and then Accra.
The change came when the British took over the castle. Because the town, the community people were fighting the British over here. They never liked the presence of the British over here. Because they were familiar with the Dutch 235 over here, staying with them. So they didn't like the idea of the British coming over here. So the British took the capital town to Cape Coast. And most of the business and the major communities over here. Agriculture, religion, education, infrastructure development, also from Elmina. This is a pure historical town. And Elmina is the only town that we don't celebrate Christmas.
Because
You don't celebrate what?
Christmas.
They
Oh,
don't.
Elmina doesn't celebrate Christmas.
But we do celebrate first week of January. That's our Christmas. New Year. We call it Pouring of Libation Festival. It's a good affection. Family members.
what a fashion.
It's a good affection.
Ensemble.
Yeah, Pouring of Libation Festival. Yeah. When the Dutch were here, that was the festival that they were celebrating. Instead for the Dutch to go to Netherlands to celebrate their festival, yeah, they would rather sit in Elmina to celebrate their festival. So the town has adopted that festival as they have changed the nature of the festival.
So what was their festival?
They will do merrymaking over here.
Okay.
That's their Christmas. Yeah, so we have two festivals over here. The main one is Edna Bakatwe. Bakatwe simply means open the lagoon to join the sea. It's an agricultural festival. We do regatta on the lagoon. Yeah. The women will be in their traditional attire, different hairstyles, displaying on the lagoon.
When the sea is rolling in, why is it white like that? It's white like snow.
Yes, what's the meaning of what?
But then the man is only quiet.
It's so white. It reminds you of snow coming in.
It's nature made it so.
It's nature, it's nature.
But it's not like that. It's not like that in
No, I would say
Well, it's not as
no.
white.
Oh, in Virginia, and that's because, and y'all coast is not on the Atlantic. Like in Miami, when you go to Miami Beach, it's exactly the same.
Well, I've never seen it. I've been mine.
What I know
You
is
never
that
been on the beach?
the whitest nature of the sea, the mouth of the sea is the salts. So the sea actually moves to the salt pit, to the lagoon to the salt pit, where you actually through evaporation. Yeah, the salt. Yeah, so the sea is very salty. Yeah, very salty. But when you go to the deep sea, the waves are very calm. It's not salty. So most of the fishermen will use the water with it to cook. It's not salty.
It's
but
very
the
calm.
mouth is yes, the mouth is very salty. Collection of water, masses, 10 masses.
Well, gentlemen, we have had a lot of your lectures. And if you wouldn't mind taking us round to the next stage.
Yes, we will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you asked a lot of questions.
I have.
Okay.
That is my nature.
Yeah, so please, we are moving through the dangers.
The way.
You don't go back there?
Okay, so then have a quick look through the museum before we go to the dangers.
And are we close to when they were pushing them when they have their last bath?
That's a same man, so it's not for me. At least,
Then can you get that people?
We will take a brief tour inside of this building, which used to be the Portuguese church. However, now we have some artifacts and some literature that are put up, and therefore we just take a brief tour and then we move on to the dungeons, both male and female. So give thanks to life. Health and strength again, we give thanks to life.
I put a bench in the wall. Ah, okay. There is this person over here having a queer. A queer is a female person born on Wednesday. This can be a queer or a kua. This is a fancy, a queer, and a kua is an Ashanti. Yeah, but why a man having a female name? Why? Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Why a man having a female name?
Well, I can come in here. Maybe occupant of the stool, there was a female king.
Please listen.
And so anybody who takes after him will have to take that name in addition. And this is the fourth, which means the first was Nana Kuya Maman. So anybody who comes to take the stool like this year will have to take the name as well. I believe that.
Yes,
it's
the
right.
title is the
Yes,
title goes
yeah.
down.
So there was a vacant stool, as he said, and then a person to occupy. Yeah, so this person was the right person to choose the stool name. So he was blindfolded and he entered into a room full of stools. So the particular stool that he would touch, the name of the stool would be his name. Unfortunately, he chose a woman's stool.
A female stool.
A female stool. So now he has put his male name aside and he's being addressed as Nana Ekuya the fourth. Even though he's a man, he's being addressed as a woman name.
Yeah, let me explain it more. I'm a chief. When you go to the stool house, like you see them, they all have their stools in the house. They blindfold you. Then they leave you. Any stool you touch, they tell you the name of this stool is that. So
That's your
if
name.
accidentally or coincidentally I touch a woman's stool, I have to take the name for the names.
So is that the way you got your name?
Yes, I got my name when I touched my great-grandfather's stool.
Oh,
They take you to the stool house.
So please, what's your name?
That's H.I.M.
That's
Yeah, I'm watching my jazz and chief of party. Yeah. So these stools are blackened. We have a way of processing the stools. It becomes something like a portable shrine, fortified with powers. Yeah, on this we pour libation, and we have days, sacred days, when we go to the stool house to pour libation to seek the blessings of our ancestors and those things, and tell them what is happening now and seek for their support. Help us in the spirit realm. They get home and they listen to us. When we are poor, we tell them these days we don't have money to buy them drinks. So if they will take drinks, they should come and help us to get money to get them the drinks.
so is that why when we was at King's thing, they kept pouring the water?
It's not water, it's the drink. Alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah, like in America,
Yeah.
in America they pour some out
The
of
spirit
the
of our ancestors.
Okay.
like in America.
Over there at the back, there is our paramount chief over there. Having a good leaf here around his neck. This is our current paramount chief.
Oh, that's the current one.
The importance of this green leaf, we call it nyenya. It's not easy to come by. It's very powerful leaf, nyenya, to drive away evil spirits for protection.
We call it Selassie in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Selassie, yeah.
Selassie.
We call it Kokomkuli in
Yeah.
St. Lucia.
And my senior brother is the one in charge of the leaf. He's a
He's a linguist.
Yeah, he's a senior, let me say, bodyguard or for the chief right now. So the kind
He's
of
the head of the Royal Army.
yeah. So the kind of medicine that the chief normally use, he normally bring this. He used to do. He's the
Selassie.
yeah
This.
only person
The
who
leaf.
normally goes to the shrine. Nobody is allowed to go to the town shrine, especially during festivals, occasion. The chiefs and the elders normally go there. But apart from that, anytime he normally go there to do some libation.
The
and so on.
rituals and
Yeah, the rituals. So on.
Ooh, to the shrine.
So you see, in Cebu Cebu Festival, first week of January,
which we started 1300.
100 years.
Wow, that is
It's
amazing.
getting hot, let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay, so
So that leaf,
history. Them story, well, we have to know about everything that go on. Because we will create a glory. Give thanks to life above all things. First stage, more to go. Alright, honorable, so we are going for a female slave dungeon right now. Miss Beverly starts some water ready. She not seen it yet.
So we are not taking you.
Go through down this officer.
And where is this way? Hey, gentlemen, this place is what?
Yeah, when the ships had arrived, the strong women, those who survived through other conditions, they will pass through that side to the route of no return. From that place, there were ships outside. We go there.
Look at that.
So the strong
They
women,
push them through this little hole.
Yeah, there were steps over
the
there.
place of no return, the strong one.
So the moment you enter, you will not come back.
Yeah, I felt very strong vibes when I passed by there. I had to
Right
stop.
now, we are the female slaves in section. About
What is
400
this?
women
What is-
were spread
That's
out
it.
over here.
The trouble will not lie.
First group, second one, and the largest one, they were divided. Yeah. Rooms for the female captive, the difficult ones.
So how many people per
Room.
was
Yes.
jailed in there?
In this room, I say 130 were there.
Your PTSD.
Selassie, ja. 110 women pop up in here, so. Shano Star, Selassie, ja. Rise of the Asian spirit. This one was 130. Now the difficult slaves, female, the difficult Africans, rebellious Africans, one of them couldn't manage. 110 them packing in that small room there. 130 them put in this one right there, so.
Were half naked. Those who slept here for the program used this thing, the white cloth on the floor, just to cover themselves, to demonstrate how our ancestors went through. These are the original iron bars, over 300 years.
Wow.
They were getting rusted.
And what am I saying here? Is it for some purposes?
Yes, we have so many of these things in most of the rooms.
For pouring libation?
Yeah,
on
so
the
when
women?
we get to the room of no return, I'll give you time to do your own things over there. People trace their ancestral route to that side. I will explain that. These are wooden bars. If these bars were to be the original bars, the captives could have easily escaped.
Yes.
This wood here is original wood by the Dutch. This one. The second
beam.
one.
These
Yes.
beams.
Yes.
Yeah.
The second one at this side. They are the two main original beams by the Dutch. Local
You have renovated it somehow.
Yes,
Yeah. This is definitely.
original. And the one. The rest are new.
But the original
One. Yeah, this one.
preserved kept is this one.
What you said those cloths for?
We had a program over here, reenactment of the slave trade.
Okay.
They use them to cover themselves.
Oh,
Yeah,
alright.
in the form of demonstration.
Alright.
Red bricks by the Portuguese.
Red brick.
Red bricks.
Portuguese.
The house my mother left with me and her is red bricks. And the beams are beams like this.
French. Is it wooden?
And then, that, I want you to left this
Looking at the size of the wall, the thickness of the wall, none of the captives escaped over here. Once we come at the end, either survive or you die. 3 out of 10 survived in this castle. Children,
What happened?
yeah, because of the disease and so on, many of them were dying, heat and so on.
There is not airing.
Yes.
You don't get enough air.
Yeah. Children were not counted as a person. They were just added to an adult and sold as one person.
What?
Yes.
Which means if you have 3 children, you are one person.
Yeah, because some of the people were kidnapped or captured while some of the babies at their back. Yeah. As a person. The concentration was not on the children, rather with the adults, but mistakenly, some of them were kidnapped or captured while some of the babies at their back. 3 out of 10 survived this castle.
And when they die, what do? They cremate or throw them away?
Yeah, the dead ones were tied to stones. They would throw them to the sea. Per the records over here, we are talking of 1,000 captives in every 3 months. In 1 year, about 4,000 captives. And the slave trade lasted almost 400 years. Those who died in their various ways were counted. In this castle, the Europeans never came along with their families. The coastline of West Africa were termed as a white man's grave as a result of this tropical disease, malaria and yellow fever. Only men were here. Some of the officers were sexually abusing the women here.
Yeah.
They look at the beautiful ones and
Oh,
then
select.
yeah, I saw a movie like that. Yes. Yeah.
The one the government has selected might have been in the den for several months without washing down. We have a place that the captives had their first or last bath at St. Mansour before they were brought over here. When the governors let someone, they have to get water from this well, the reservoir over there. She will wash down in the middle of the courtyard before she made to pass through and access the governor's bedroom.
Papa.
When the ships had arrived, some of the women were seen to be pregnant. They were separated. Houses were built in the town for the pregnant ones. After some time, the children were brought back to the castle to be educated as the new officers. And that was the beginning of the formal education over here from 1529. Their mothers, we call them lucky ones. Why? They remain here as cooks, not as captives anymore. In 1637, some of the Dutch officers moved to the town. They customarily married the women over there, and they had children with them. Along the coastal areas, we have so many European names over here: Van Dyke, Van der Poel, De Geer, Viella, Duncan, Cornelius, so many names. The light color skin, but the mixed blood Africans.
The mixed blood.
Yes. It brought about disunity among the Africans and the Africans themselves. As a result of the color differences, people were looking down upon the fellow Africans. Indirectly, the Europeans created divide, conquer, and rule. There is a metal board over there, cannon ball. We were having 8 outside boards over there. There were chains through them. The women who were resisting to be raped by the officers, the chains would be tied around their ankles here. No food, no water. Whether raining or shine, they would stand there till the time they'll give up. This will break down their spirits. We are moving to the biggest room for the women.
I guess because they are women, you brought them to the women's cells. You'll be. Were some fatty like this?
Oh. But by the time you'll be here for 1 month, 2 or 3 months, different, going through all the terrible conditions.
You will sleep. And how were they fed?
I don't think you would want to be here for that.
The food will be placed in a big bowl, and survivor of the fittest, they will rush towards it. Some refuse to eat, others will commit suicide. They were fed once or twice a day. They never knew where they were taking them to.
Ooh, I'll be fascinated.
So what are these things?
Remember they used to knock out your teeth to feed you.
Let's see that.
Knock out your teeth to feed you first if you never wanted to eat.
Reservoir, water system. Yes.
Hold on.
Covers the whole place over here.
Oh,
all around.
Lord.
Down there.
Yes. Whenever it's rain, water passes through the pipes at the back and gets inside. For drinking, washing, baths, etc. by the Portuguese.
And how were they fetching it?
Yeah, like the rope with the buckets. Yeah. When the Dutch came, they had their own reservoir because they were afraid. They thought it had been built. You can't erase it, it has not been built. We are moving through.
So are you still using it or?
Yeah, for mine, why do you use over here? Yes, when there's really water crisis, for instance.
And
This is the
place
biggest room?
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
100 women were here.
100?
120, 150.
Okay, 120 in here.
So while they were here, did everybody have a chain?
Some of them were chained.
So this one hold 150.
Yes, the biggest group in the room. 150 were here for 1 to 3 months.
Before the vessel comes.
Yes, so they are saying what depends on the arrival of the ships. How often the ships will come. Buckets were placed at various corners for them to eat themselves.
Toilets.
Yes, not all the captives.
Buckets.
They got to a point that some of the captives were weak. They could not even walk from the middle of the dungeon to where the buckets were placed. They have to do everything on the floor.
Jesus.
Feces, urine, vomiting, blood, and they slept in it. There were no mats for them. That's the original floor they slept on.
They will sleep like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the original floor.
Right.
All the big entrances were closed with metal gates. The air from the small doors was not enough to those at the back. That was the other source of ventilation,
Some wicked people.
which was even connected to a magazine. They were keeping their guns, gunpowder, chemicals.
The homes we see there.
Yes. If there is
Let's
anything
get along
over there,
last week.
we have some bats over there like now. There's a way to go there, but not to that side. So if there is a leakage in that room, the scent will just go straight here. Polluted the air and kill them. For the dead one, we tie to stones. We put it to here.
Why these rooms?
By the reasons, anybody at all can do some. Yeah. So in the absence of this grief, maybe
Banty family.
we brought some of the grief over here, but you have some water in the room of no return. You also want to go in here and you want to pray because you want to. This person came from Portugal and after the tour, he wrote some grief and he was seeking for forgiveness. He said, I will forgive you, brother. Yeah. Because of forgiveness in what? In the name of my ancestors, to all African people who suffered the pain of slavery. Yeah.
We've seen something today. It wasn't easy.
I'm sorry.
And they are people there talking about the Holocaust. This is more than the Holocaust.
And people at times ask this question that the Europeans were doing business. If their motive, their intention was to gain much profit, then economically they are taking good care of them, rather than allowing them to die and so on. But from my point of view, the supply of the captives were more. It wasn't a scarcity, they never mind, because they died in Selassie. They were seen as an asset or commodity, not as humans. A slave to them was like a sole asset of the masses, not as humans. Okay, let me show you something over here.
Oh, it's finished. Their bank. No power.
There's no town. When you set it, it will get. You need to buy
Where's the bank? Where's it?
the power bank.
Yeah, my son got the power.
It's with you. I gave it to you.
My son, I gave it.
How many visitors will get
Now
there?
when you set it, it takes that. There's water. It's
That will come over here.
The computer will tell.
Yeah. We are just assisting, we are volunteer workers.
Yeah.
God bless you.
The Dutch had a church above the females there over there. So 2 churches in the castle at different times. So let me ask this question.
I'm trying to figure out why.
Yeah, you get to know it. Looking at the architectural design of the castle, the dungeons,
Church.
the church, in connection with the slavery history, let me ask this question. Is it true that the Europeans use the Bible as a tool to brainwash the Africans?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's only for us to go to church again.
So why should Africans embrace someone's religion as superior than your own religion?
Well, for one thing,
They are brainwashed.
Is it through brainwash or indoctrination?
some of it's fear. Some of it was fear. How, say in the 1896, the mother, she's pregnant, she got little children, but she's pregnant. So here comes along this European that say bow down and serve Christ. Leave your Hebrew God behind. Okay,
through
so when they take
indoctrination,
that child, say either you bow down or you don't. a lot of the females, they jumped walked out into the ocean. But they took the little children
So it
and
means
sold
that
them to
our ancestors did not embrace their religion, but they influenced our younger ones. That what your ancestors are worshiping is evil. They attach
Theirs is good.
What is
good.
what
They
is evil?
attach evil, negative sentiment to our religion. You
That
see?
ours is the devil, is
Yes.
not good.
Meanwhile, do you know something? The 10 commandments that we have in the Bible is can be found in our old religion.
Absolutely.
You have to respect an elderly person. If you are in a car, if you are sitting and an elderly one, you have to stand up for the person. It's in the Bible. Respect an elderly person. You shouldn't commit adultery. We knew it before. Yeah.
Before the coming of
Yes. You shouldn't steal. We knew it. Yeah, you can put in the olden days. You can put your thing over here. You can go around. You can come and meet it. But right now, what are we seeing? Yeah, you shouldn't worship any other god apart from me.
That's the first commandment.
Yeah, we are having it. Our ancestors knew that. Yeah, you shouldn't take someone's wife. Our ancestors knew that.
They did.
Yeah, so we
So
have
that's how
our
we got
own way
to
of
slavery.
worshiping.
That's
It
how we
doesn't-
got to where we are.
Yeah, they did not actually showed us how to worship God. We knew it. Yeah, when we are following that vision, we just raise it. Yeah, say Trillium for Kwame. We need the supreme being. We need that there is higher authority. That's why we raise the wine or the drink upset. We say Trillium for Kwame. We need God. So they've actually twisted our religion. They brainwashed our people, and they've attached evil sentiment to our ancestral religion. That it's evil and so on, which is not.
Well, it's just like the third commandment said, make no graven images, but they're everywhere. We made them. So that's how we got them.
Mister, let's walk along.
Were sent in a cell, that room. Others were fighting among themselves. They misbehaved. They were kept over there to be disciplined. Few hours they were released. None of them died over there. So punishment for their own people. The one with the skull and the crossbones, condemned cell. For the difficult male captives, those who tried to escape, like the freedom fighters or the rebellious ones, they were sent in and they were starved to death, no food, no water. None of the captives went in and came back alive. That's why you have the symbol outside, the skull, the crossbones. It's the original symbol of the Dutch.
Oh,
Sea
it's
pirates,
a symbol of the Dutch.
yes. Sea pirates were also sent over there.
That's why Jamaica have that X flag in it.
Like they said, the
Pirate
Europeans were slavers, but no, the Dutch were. They took our people when they were in their country. They would take the skin off of the people, the slaves that were rebellious. They would dip them in boiling hot water, take the skin off. They had some of the we thought America had the coolest stuff. Beating people, hanging them. The Dutch was
Symbol. They used to chop heads off and all that. Because I went to that place.
Okay.
It was horrible.
Okay, so we are moving to the male dungeon, to the room of no return.
The males.
Let's come here. They say we're going to no return. Is a vessel there? So I push it inside.
Sammy? Moses.
All I push you there,
Here's Sammy, our friend of mine.
and then you give me invitation to come and enjoy you there. And when you see something, you'll be reading in books, you'll be looking at the book. And this is the red.
And now, this new president says, we are going back.
Who says, now what now? It's crazy.
One
Wow.
of the dungeons for the men.
As I reach in overhead, please.
One of the dungeons for the men. About 150 to 200 men were kept here. At the same time, a transit passage to the point of no return. The room at the back, it was a store room for the branded equipment.
What is branding equipment?
Yeah, most of the captives were branded hot metal with the mentioned names. This here, tattoos on their forehead or at their back for identification. Many of them died after receiving the shock.
Who would see the shock?
No, they never mind. For you to identify your slave, if there are two merchants in a ship, yes.
If there are two masters,
yes. So
they stamp for here means you are for Mr. X.
Yes.
They stamp your back means you are for Mr. Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that two are the one.
What was this used for?
Ventilation.
I'm afraid. Is it for
ventilation? Yes. Slave exits to waiting boats.
To waiting boats.
You take a step down here, one step down, the first gate.
Hold our hand for me because you step down.
We follow up.
Yes.
Ladies.
Please, I want you to send me that copy. Please.
Yes.
I want you to send me that copy, okay?
Okay.
Because I Ooh, the ship, no return?
And what is this one?
That's where the woman came from.
The woman will come from here, the men will go.
No, the woman that they pushed them down here to go to the ship.
Okay. We are now in the room of no return. That's the gate of no return. Please, in this room, just a few seconds silence over here.
God.
May the souls for our departed ones rest in peace.
Amen.
We believe that in a place where so many souls have been lost, the spirits of our ancestors, they are still here. Sometimes the room is very heavy.
I feel it when I come there.
Yeah, families were separated, and this place could be the first time that likely they will see themselves, if not one of the partners is dead. The woman came from the top and they went from that side. There were steps over there. We just remove the steps. Whenever the reservoir is full, the water passes through the drainage, just runs to the sea. As you all walk through the dungeons in this castle, it should ought to be in the everlasting memory of the anguish of the suffering of our ancestors. May those who died rest in peace. May those who return find their roots. May humanity never again betray such injustice against humanity. Therefore, we the living must all vow to uphold this. That's the core mission statement of those who the castle. 2, in the form of apology, and the rules of the African chiefs also participated during the transatlantic slave trade. With the second gate, please, you bend very low.
Will I come back?
Yes.
Bend low.
You bend very low.
Wow.
You bend very low. But you need not to bend.
Wow.
We are now in the room of no return. That's the gates of no return.
This is little who?
Yes.
Nobody cannot pass there.
Many of the captains.
Challenge you can pass here.
You're going to take me to dinner.
No, don't go up there. Please come back.
Hey, he's scared to go.
Don't
And
close
she will
it.
shut
There's
down.
a padlock. Oh. And the vessels are waiting there.
I can get through.
Yeah, she can.
Oh yeah, you can go there. I trust you. I trust you.
So
Come back.
what happened? They just push them onto the ship?
Yes, the vessel. That's
The water was closer by then. Now it has receded, and the ships will be at the shore before they will bring small boats to convey the captives into. But looking at the small size of the gate,
Yeah, 'cause they
by the
take the
time you'll be
ship
here for 1, 2, or 3 months, you just lose weight. You can easily pass through. Many of the captives broke down in tears.
And
over
why
here.
they make such tiny things?
Yes, to restrict movement. About 5 or 10 people will chain
Now,
each
come
other.
on, let me see. Can you
Or
fit
they're moving
through?
on the sideways like this.
I fit through. Let's see, can you fit through? Because we going to go.
Oh, I both cannot go. So
No,
you
no,
have
no,
to.
you
Ladies
go.
first. Ladies first. Oh, ladies first. Everywhere. Ladies first.
God Almighty.
Oh, I can go, but ladies first.
Yes.
No, please don't go. Oh, you can stand here and see when your guys are. And gentlemen, that time there were lights.
No light.
When it is night, it is night. And the men and the women were not kept together. Otherwise, before they get into the ship, come out.
All these flowers are the back by our brothers and sisters for the diaspora. In the memory of those who died over here.
Stand up there, princess. Wait.
Come over here, different beliefs. Some of them use it. What shrine? The wine.
That's
They
it right there.
for the ancestors. Yeah. They wanted to pray for the ancestors. People trace their ancestral roots to this place. Yeah. There was a time a man came from Jamaica. He was suffering from a mild stroke. He was asked to come to Ghana to Elmina Castle, to the door of no return. He came. We had some prayers, libation for him. 4 months later, he came back. He was 85% cured. We believe in our traditional practices.
Good.
The last time Ghana played against Portugal, the management team came over here from Accra to this place. There are some prayers over here. Even though we were down by 1 million, but they believe that the Portuguese used this place for their slavery trade. They also came over here because of prayers. There was a calabash over here. If you want to pray or do your own thing, you can do something.
Do we have drink inside? Or is finished?
Yes. Okay, so please, Nana is going to pray on behalf of the group. You have your own reason of coming over here. So you see your
I'm going to trade down for your seven son, a travel son, and so on one son. As I see, I and so that's what we're washing on one Sunday. To me, be a baby, will happy and I know moody and you. Ramadan son. And that day, my this year, a woman and none of me far, a conquasum. One more bassy, a baby, and another move fire, or brainy at it, near my near no, how I'm going in. Yabe home. You're crying to me. There's not Banessa. Says a piano for her on the book. What this year, gentlemen, say, none of them are some more. Now, would tie on the buy and said you when this one you be a article. One move 5 years free and go. One move our brave free and go you. One move free away. Come on, then bring in a woman or document. One year out dear free home. Wow, Muso Madapa. Yan pass on and another woman pass on. Say, I really have be a money free that way. Or be pebina 1 year, one or no one yabby. So be how pay a flower bar one. I bought the market to a kind of job of flagging to a moon pay down. No one need, no mayor before, yes, I for. Now, down come was a happy one. One has a margin or two. And I know we are some. To be here, what happy Mumra some. You're from my years. You're going to chill near Kentam, near Casa, near from one another. Rubber boy. So be out from one venture. The money was a money near much. Yanamon Gassa be brave. Near Arabia, Mummy and Sanga. Yeah, be another video in the bio. Move your good was of being baby. A slum Wattington. If you be a Mumina, Munia was here for 3 years old. So be I and I being said, what or however to us were moving flow. Same way they broke we had been we and someone another moment to me a woman is yes, raining. Yes, raining children, yes, rain what it is. Yanson, if you be a mummy. See if Bobby and another one near Berry say, and the party if you would be a Chimukaya. Yeah, be a mummy and second. Mummy a bamboo. Yeah, engineer is a be a good sending money.
Yeah.
I don't know what you Moody has a monster, to me.
I don't know what you're not going to be.
Oh, say ni obi so ba obi ni ba
Ọ̀gá ẹ̀jẹ̀ bí ọmọ ọ̀bọ̀ yẹn.
mi ni pa na.
Alright. Yeah. Glory be to our Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Creation. As Jah was in the beginning, is now, and shall be, Jah without end.
Who is that? Please come
Jah.
on.
That's the Father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since Nana has prayed over here, we also want to establish that.
Any donation, any.
If you have coins, if you have paper, you can drop
You
it.
just pray over it, all that you want, your ancestral spirits to guide you, to help you. You pray over it, and then put it in. And you see the divine powers.
Yeah. Because where so many souls have been lost, we believe the power ancestors.
They are still here. The forces are here.
Sometimes we come to this room and it's very scary, very heavy.
Special occasions. Just in the calabash. To pray over it, all that you want, your ancestral spirits to help you. And then you greet them well, wherever they are. That may their soul rest in peace wherever they are. It's very horrible.
Glory be to our Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Creation. As Jah was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, Jah without end. Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Look for me in the world, look for me in the stand, look for me on the road. By God's grace, I shall come with countless millions who have died in America. Millions in the Caribbean and millions in Africa, to aid in the fight for life, liberty, and freedom. Cut and clear and empty and tear the pillars of Rome out of the Most High God. Set the captives free over land and sea. That righteous is the nation of the Most High, for sins are reproach unto the people. Oh God, oh God, oh God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself, O thou Most High God. God of the earth, God of the merciful truth. Deliver our souls from the captives of the Most High. From the hand of the snare of the fall, the snare is broken and we are escaped. Give thanks alive. Bless the love, Most High. Jah, Rastafari. Bless the love. Cut and clear. Thanks alive.
No, it's so very horrible. Gentlemen, I know who say you're not steps for.
But there were steps. So what he says, because security reasons.
Security reasons.
Yeah, you do not collab inside.
Why do they do that? This little one is asking. Please, don't let her go beyond. Are we done?
Yeah. The time being.
There was a time I was in a tour and a small girl.
Hey, watch it.
Princess.
It's very dangerous.
A small girl asked me, a nice person, that we were at the Dutch Reformed Church.
Yes.
And I told her that we are now in the Dutch Reformed Church. The girl said, please, I have a question to ask you. And what is the question? She said, please, if God really exists, why shouldn't God have saved the people?
Hey, watch it, please. You come this way.
If God really exists,
Come this way.
why shouldn't
Both
God
of you.
have saved the people from dying?
Take care and come this way. You are part of the
I could not even
Punishment. It wasn't anybody's punishment.
Yes, it was.
No.
But the girl was trying to
You see, have to wise with the Bible.
If
You
God
see, have to
The
wise with
Bible
it.
was given to you by the slave master.
The same
The
vessel
same person that came to
that picked you. The same vessel wrote the Bible.
But don't you do the Ten Commandments?
Always,
Okay.
always remember this. The Bible is symbolic. The right and the
Yes,
wrong
well,
is
yeah.
in it.
Right.
So there are things that they take out to make it look like what they were doing was justified by
Yes,
the Almighty.
yes.
So you have to be very careful. It's not because of our sin or whatever. It was the sin of they that brought us into captivity. They came and saw us living as we were living in good, and they decided to use us and utilize us. Not our sin that caused anything upon us. Their sinful ways that they brought upon
Hey,
us.
prophets,
Yeah.
you preach nice.
Still, you know what? I'm
Okay, so
still
now
gonna
it's a
read.
room of
No, I never said. I said the right and the wrong is in. So when you read the Bible, you read. Listen, when you read the Bible, you read it understanding.
There are some
Exactly.
good messages
Right?
in
That's
it.
always remember that. But there are things here that is common sense that you, if you look into it, you could say, you could study, you
You
could
go,
ask
oh,
it.
yeah,
Right?
why?
Because
Yes,
remember they manipulated that to make it seem as if what they were doing was right. So you have to read it
And
understanding.
that's with all the Bibles, even your Bible, even.
But it's the
if
same Bible reading
even
that you're
if
reading.
Even it's the Quran, that has been manipulated too.
Everything there.
Everything.
Every religion that they gave us, dangerous.
But I am where I am today because I took time out to read that Bible.
As I said, say it again.
We have Jaimanenka, Jamaica, Jaimanenka, or Ijao Aka. Ijao.
Aka.
That means we've left you behind. You are left behind. Or Jaimanenka, let go of it. It's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
You know, one of our Ashanti queen was taken. Nana was taken
To Jamaica.
to Jamaica.
Right. That's why you have Nani of the Maroons.
Yeah, man. So our flag, which is Ashanti, the flag of Ashanti, is used to design this flag of Jamaica. Green, black,
Yellow,
and gold.
gold.
That's the Ashanti.
What does those symbols mean? It's bad because it said it means the land of no return. That's what Jamaica means.
No. That's not the
Left
meaning.
behind, left behind. He said, that's what he said.
Left behind.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's either two things. You left behind the past, the pain, and you move on ahead. To accept your fate now. It's either two.
You accept your fate.
You don't need to dwell in the past, so you accept your fate. Left behind, it's left behind.
Wow, and you're so kind of one piece of energy. No man, Selassie.
You know, sometimes
In here has a kind of energy, right in here.
sometimes, yeah, you feel it.
Yeah, man, when you feel it.
Okay. So, we can.
Yes, Honorable Majesty, give thanks to life again. That was the dungeons, the cells that our ancestors were held in, deplorable conditions. Deplorable conditions. In this time, these dungeons are called cells, jail cells, prison cells, where they hold us in as captives and still brutalize us in the same way. Many of these cells, these dungeons, a human should never be in any of them. Give thanks alive. Blessed love.
History divides us. We are all one people.
Yes.
You have to forgive, but never forget your history. Because history defines who you are. It tells your identity. You know your history, you know yourself. So on this note, I'll just end out over here. We are done, and I prefer the local name to Amina Emisa. So I'm here. So thank you, Nana. Yeah. Nana, with Nana.
That's a break.
Nana, that's a break for bringing you to your roots. I hope to see you again. So we are done.
Well, my name is, we are most grateful for the time you have had with us. You didn't hide anything from us. It's a history that got to be told, and you have given us every bit of information. This is transformation of life. If you are somebody who wants to take people's freedom, you can't take it away. You let the person have his own way of going about things. It's very illumination. It has given us something. And this thing we have seen today is going to be tattooed at the walls of our brains. We will never forget it. They've seen more of this on videos, movies, true or false. Unfortunately, we didn't see the chains. I think that is what you have kept from us. Why you didn't see the chains?
Chains?
Okay.
You have chains in it?
Well, the life chains, that's for the necks and those ones we see.
The original one is difficult for us to actually do the original one, but over there is a replica of it.
All right then. We give God the glory and we thank you for your time and the administrators here. Please keep on preserving these artifices and all those things here. Don't throw anything away. Don't sell anything to anybody. Somebody could come here and give you something. Please give me all this. He will grab it all and take it.
Of course, your guide is not work over here. This is a voluntary work. I never do. Yes, I took history as a passion.
All right.
I never been to schools, institutions, television to actually teach the history and so on. I did history.
But then tell them this, if we have something to write as for suggestion, boss. This is my suggestion that they should still keep this place for centuries and years to come, so that nothing will be stolen out and everything. Well, thank you very much, and as I end my thank you and gratitude, I get up and let you know. Yes,
A people without the knowledge of their past history is like a tree without roots, says the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We give thanks for all viewers who stayed up and watched this clip. Some have visited the castle already and some have never been to the castle. It's an experience that everyone should really experience for themselves. Give thanks to Emperor Haile Selassie, who teaches us that history never forgets, but man can. He can also forgive if he's kind-hearted. And we try to be kind. Yes, we try to be kind. Yes, we are forgiven, but forgotten, No, not forgotten. We remember everything. Everything. Give thanks for remembrance. This must never happen again to us as a people, black people. Teach your youths, just as how the Jews sees it fit to teach your children upbringing about the Holocaust, just as how the Japanese sees the truth to tell them about what happened in Hiroshima. So we must always speak about the past and what has happened to us as a people. It must never be forgotten from our race. It must never be forgotten. So therefore it must never be repeated. Give thanks to life. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Everyone has a right to life, liberty, and security of person. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all its forms. No one shall be subject to torture or to cruel, inhuman, degrading treatment or punishment. Give thanks to the crowned champion of human rights. Give thanks to life above all things, and give thanks for life again and again. Blessed love.
Yeah.